Interview?
Well, I just have to say this.
What you got to say?
If you knew better, you would do better.
Come on, I like that.
Yeah, well, you're going to like our next guest, Paris Drake. This is a new book that she's authored because she wants women to take control with what Mama used to say, advice.
Uh-oh.
Isn't that good?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, I think this is going to be real exciting.
Okay. So, Miss Drake, are you there?
Yes, I am.
How are you?
How are you? I am excellent. I am doing really well. How are you guys doing?
We're doing wonderful.
And we're excited about you being on our broadcast.
As well as I.
All right. Why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Well, my name is Paris Drake. Born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. I am an author. I am working to empower women in all of their endeavors. And I'm really young. A lot of people think, that I'm close to 40, but I'm only 29, and God has birthed some things in me that I share in my writings with women. And I am just excited about Jesus. I'm excited about what he's doing in my life and the lives of young women and all people.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
This is really good.
I like that already.
But I love the title of this book. If you knew better, you would do better.
Oh,
how'd you come up with that title, Paris?
That's my labor of love. Well, my grandmother and my mother, when I was growing up, they would always have these sayings that they would say. And I guess you don't really understand what they're saying until you're well in your 20s, going in your 30s. And it doesn't really make sense, like closed mouths don't get fed and don't count your chickens before they hatch. And it really doesn't make sense until you get off on your own. And then you look back and say, oh, that's what Mama meant. That's what Grandmother meant. She meant, and that's kind of what the book is tailored around.
Wow, so you're sharing that wisdom with ladies, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, how did you get to the point where you decided to write the book? What made you decide to write the book?
Well, not only have I endured some perils that come along with being a woman, life, love, pursuit of happiness, not only have I endured that, I also was in the entertainment industry for quite some time from about age 15 on up. And that's not an industry for women. Well, I'll say it wasn't at that time. It wasn't at that time as prominent as it is now for women. And I went through the pitfalls, and I went through a lot of things that would discourage women. And so in this book, If You Knew Better, You Would Do Better, I would parallel this story with my experience in the music industry, as well as just issues that women face on a day-to-day, like I said, life, love, pursuit of happiness, careers, marriage, children. I kind of, all of those things are interwoven in If You Knew Better, You Would Do Better.
That's good. Now, you say you were in the music industry. Were you a singer, or what exactly did you do?
Well, I've always written music. I wrote music for myself and my own album, little hip-hop, R&B, all those things. And then I always have written for other artists. So my strength is writing. And so God just kind of helped me to burst this out from all the writing that I've done previously.
Oh, okay. We're looking at your website right now, and very nice.
Yeah, she has all these glamour shots.
Oh, she has glamour shots?
Yeah, these glamour shots. Now, I have a question for you. Now, do you take these sayings and expound on them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There are several chapters. All of the chapters start off with a verse from the King James Version of the Bible. And then what I do is I take each chapter. There's a few chapters I'll let you in on. There's no such thing as a free ride. Keeping up with the Joneses. If it don't fit, let's see. Silence is golden. You can lead a horse to water. These are how the chapters start off. and then I'll take, what I initially do is I'll take the issues that women as a whole as we're having, and what I try to do is I take and highlight those issues, and then we attempt to correct those issues, because what I find is it's not because we don't want to do better. A lot of times it's because we don't know. Now, sometimes we know what we don't want to do, but in this case, what I'm saying in this case is like you could tell a woman, okay, now you go down that street. There's a hole in that street. So when you go down there, you're going to see the hole. I'm just letting you know that it's there. Then 20 minutes later, you got somebody calling for help inside the hole. And you're like, but I just told you that there was a hole in that street. So this is my attempt to guide and direct you around that hole.
That's good. If you don't mind, could we take a couple of these and kind of just talk a little bit about them? Like,
absolutely.
If it don't fit, don't force it.
If it don't fit, don't force it. Well, a lot of times, you can go to the store and you see this dress and it's so beautiful. Like, the dress is beautiful. You try this dress on, this dress don't fit. You like it so much, or a shoe. You like it so much, it's a size too small, but you have to have it. Then when you get to the party or you get to church or wherever you going, you hopping around in this dress, pulling and tugging on the dress, hopping around in the shoe that don't fit. When if you'd have just got the one that fit you initially, then you wouldn't have a problem. And the thing is, not only does this have anything to do with just clothing, it goes far beyond that. It goes with your gifts. You a lot of times people will think that pastoring as well as being a praise and worship leader, or they think that these things are glamorous, but really that's an awesome and it's a huge responsibility. So you're attempting to put on someone else's gifts because it seems glamorous, and really you have just you've given yourself a yoke around your neck now. Now you're in a position where you have to step up to something that you're not fully equipped for. If it don't fit, don't force it.
Now, could that also...
That's good.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Could that also pertain to relationships?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wait a minute. You kind of chuckled there a little bit. Okay?
I mean, because we've all been there. We've all been there, attempting to get in somewhere where we don't necessarily fit in, and that's women who've decided, that they don't want to wait anymore, and they'll date anybody. They'll date a married man, they'll date a gay man, or anything, and that's not the way God intended it. And so in that, you want to wait on and hear the voice of God and hear what He's calling you to do first and foremost to get you prepared for what He has for you.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, let's do this one.
Okay.
No such thing as a free ride.
Come on, that's right.
Well, I can laugh at all this because now that people are actually wanting to know what's going on, it does my soul well. No such thing as a free ride is basically saying, in your life, there are going to be things that God has for you that you're going to have to work for. Faith without works is dead. You can pray all day on your knees, but if you don't have any works to couple what God is calling you to do, I mean, the lady from Human Resources is not going to come knocking at your door and offer you the corner office overlooking the lake. That's not going to happen. You have to prepare on your part. You have to position yourself to be in a place where, first of all, this is when in your own prayer closet time, get yourself positioned to be in that place. And then once you get there, God will open the doors because He sees that you have prepared yourself to get to that place that He has called you to be in. But faith without works is totally dead, and you can try it if you want to, but I don't see it. I have never seen it work that way.
That's good.
That is really good. Now, I understand that you're a supporter or an advocate of women's health, and you're a supporter of breast cancer awareness. Tell me how that fits in with what you're doing.
Well, what it is, in the back of the book, it bears the BSC. BSC is the self-examination, breast examination, and what it does is it teaches you how to properly do a self breast examination on yourself. It teaches you what's normal, what's not, what to feel for, how to feel for it. And I incorporate that into my writings because I think it's very important. A lot of women, especially our African American community, they don't think it can happen to us, but it's happening to us. So I make sure that I do my part in promoting and making aware that this is a problem that we have and we need to fix it. And so the BSE is in the back of the book, the Susan Komen for the Cure Foundation. They support the book. They have been very helpful. We make donations or contributions to them once a year just for being, helping us with this project. But it's very important that we get ourselves checked on a regular basis because, like I said, again, it's happening to us as well.
Wow, that's really good. Wow, you are just so busy. What are some other things that you do other than write?
Well, actually, I build websites. I'd love to do that. My associates is in information systems, so I have a little background in that. I love to build websites. But other than that, I tell you, I am just happy in the Lord. I am a praise and worship leader at my church, and that's kind of where I spend my time at. That's what makes me happy. I'm currently still in school, working on my bachelor's. God is blessing me to push forward, and I'm just attempting to move forward.
Wow. Now, what is the name of your church?
My church is God First Church in Spanish Lake, Missouri, where the pastor Carl A. Lucas is my pastor, and we just celebrated our 14th anniversary, and God is really doing some awesome things at that church. He is really doing some awesome things in the body of believers, but He's really have a special anointing and blessing on our church at this time.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I know your pastor would love to know that you really believe in the vision there and that you just are doing the best that you can to be a part of an awesome ministry of God.
And she's representing.
Yeah, definitely representing.
But God is able because it took me a while to catch the vision. I tell you, me and my pastor, I love my pastor, so we go at it from time to time. But now that I share the vision, we're right on course.
That's so good. Now, understand that in your book and in your writings that you always want to help women encounter when they're searching for love and life and the pursuit of happiness. So, obviously, you know of other women that are searching for these things.
I don't think there's a woman out there, honestly, who is not or has not at one point in time in her life. Because we grow up with this idea of Cinderella. They feed us this story of Cinderella, but they don't really tell us how the story really ends or who the story was tailored for initially. So I think we grow up with this mindset that, I'm going to grow up one day and find this Prince Charming and he's going to whisk me away on this horse and carriage and it's going to be happily ever after. But they never tell us the part about how you eventually have to get a second job to support Mr. Prince Charming while he goes to medical school or barber college. How he's taking a line of credit out for the horse and carriage, and now you got to pay it back because now y'all together. Like, they never tell you that part.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Right.
Are you married?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely.
Oh, Mary, why you saying? Well, do you ever want to be married?
Oh, I'll be honest, I have a strong desire to be married, but I'm in a position right now where God has worked on my patience. And I promise you, I will not run out and get the first thing that says, I love you, Sister Paris. You look like, this, Sister Paris, because I know what I look like in Jesus. And that's all that matters.